Namaskar. In this video let us talk about the correct posture in meditation. I already mentioned a little in the first lesson. Now I would like to talk in more details. The correct posture is extremely important if you want to have efficient and deep meditation. Many people nowadays they say that it is not important. You can sit anywhere, in any way you like. It does not affect the meditation. This is not right. Of course, meditation can be done in any position, yes, but it is mostly to soothe the ears of the listener. Oh yes, just relax and enjoy, relax and enjoy. But if you want to go really into deep meditation, this relax and enjoy will not work. You need to work towards achieving a better parameters of your body, of your mind. So preparation is important, and everything is important in meditation. Posture, the correct posture really gives almost 50% of the concentration. There are some people who just practice lotus posture. They sit in the lotus position, they concentrate on the tip of the nose, and just sit like that. And the mind is getting purified. Because the mind in this position withdraws from the external world, and slowly, the longer you sit, the more stable you are, motionless, the mind gets quiet and peaceful. So position is extremely important. The most important factor in the posture is the straight spine. There is a highway going from the Muladhara chakra, the coccyx, to the Sahasrara chakra, this point at the top of the head. So there is a nervous current, energy current passing through that highway. If you bend your spinal cord even a little, it affects your concentration. So you should try to be as straight as you can. I experienced it not only in meditation but also in public speaking, in person-to-person talking. When you curve your back a little, you lose some portion of your energy and you are not able to convince, to inspire other person. I had one big lecture in one of the cities in Siberia, organized. 150 people were there. So I sat. They arranged some kind of sofa for me to sit and speak. So I sat on that sofa. I was tempted to sit on that nice, soft seat. I sat and I talked. I talked for 1 hour, and I was not striking in oil. It was not getting, fiery. There was no inspiration. And people, I can feel they're not really interested. They're not glued to the speaker. And this is not normally the case. Normally, I get their attention. So I thought, what is wrong? And I try, and I push myself, and I try to awaken that power in me. I awaken that inspiration in me. Nothing happens. Then some intuitional bubble came on the surface of my mind. I stood up, I said, remove this sofa, bring the chair. So I sat on the chair with the hard surface. I sat there, I made my back straight, then I spoke. And the last half an hour of that lecture was so fantastic. There was a flow, and everyone got so inspired, everyone got so awake. Then I understood that this straightness of the spine is extremely important. It awakens the energy within. And in meditation, you need all energy you can get. Also, when you talk person to person, if you want to convince, if you want to, express some charisma, you must sit straight. Amongst the monks, sannyasis, the yoga monks, there is a rule. It says, you should always use a hard seat on tour whenever possible. I thought, why is that? Why should I suffer? If there is a soft seat, it's better. but that is the training for the monks to be always firm-minded, to have a strong willpower and a strong charisma. You sit on a hard surface, keep your back straight, and that is your habit. And slowly, slowly you start to emanate energy. So in meditation, you sit and make yourself straight, and also try to make yourself completely motionless. There is a vital energy flowing through the body. It's called prana. In China they call it qi or ci. So that prana energy, it vibrates. The faster it vibrates, I will talk more about it when I talk about breathing. The faster it vibrates, the more restless is the mind. But as you sit motionless, that prana, the vital energy, becomes, it slows down, it becomes very, very calm, and it just pulsates gently. So in that condition, your concentration becomes very, very strong. So try to sit with a straight back and as motionless as you can. In the beginning it is hard, but later on it bears the fruits. There are 3 good positions for meditation. The first one, the best of the best of the best, is the lotus posture. For thousands of years, yogis researched the subject of yoga and meditation, and they tried different ways to meditate, to develop the mind. But throughout the thousands of those years, still only one conclusion is there: the best asana for meditation is lotus posture. I myself also conducted that research. I meditated in so many different postures and positions, but the best asana for meditation is lotus posture. So slowly we should assume this position. Some people think that, oh, it is too hard to sit like this. How at all he can sit like that for half an hour? My knees would be so painful, everything would hurt. Yes, in the beginning it's almost next to impossible, but it's not hard also to learn this position, because when you meditate, something happens to the chemistry in your brain. You relax, and the mind becomes much softer. Much less stressful hormones are there in the body. The body does not produce so much stress anymore, and the body becomes flexible. Your ligaments, they become like a rubber, and you can stretch them. One friend of mine, he attended one yoga retreat. I was organizing that, and he came. In the retreat we do intense spiritual program, twice a day asanas, the physical exercises of yoga, 5 times a day meditation, vegetarian diet, everything, and then inspirational talks, everything. Beautiful thing. So he attended, he got very inspired. Then he wrote me, he said, Dada, I practiced martial arts for so many years, and the flexibility is my problem. So for those so many years, I was not able to achieve what I could achieve in the 3 days of the retreat. What is this magic? I cannot understand. I said, there is no magic, because you tried to stretch yourself, to become flexible just on a physical level. But here you have become flexible on the level of your mind. And mind is the king of the body. The mind will tell the nervous system, the hormonal system, the glandular system, be that way, and the body will follow. So you are experiencing of that effect of the mind over the body. So for flexibility, there are essentially 4 things if you want to become flexible. First of all, I will say, is meditation. You do meditation, you improve the flexibility of your body. Second, regular exercises, asanas. We will have one lesson just about that. And today I will also show some warming ups in the additional videos, you can check it. Then regular exercise, then sentient diet. this will be also later in the course, to have suitable, beneficial diet, and then also cleansing of the body through abstaining from food and water, fasting. So if you observe those 4 steps, very quickly your body becomes young and it becomes flexible. So there is no problem with that. When I started to practice, I was sitting just like that. It was really unbelievable for me. How can I ever sit in the lotus posture? But then I didn't try even to sit in the lotus. I sat in a half lotus posture. I tried the half lotus. And then I was sitting something like that. So, okay, let me show first the lotus posture, then I will come back to the half lotus. When you assume the lotus posture, you bring one leg over the right thigh, over the right hip here, like this, and then you bring the left foot over the right thigh. Then you sit like that. This is the posture. Then your hands. You have seen in different media, people in meditation, they sit like this. No, not like that. They sit like this. They sit like this. Something like that. So when people come in touch with yoga, they try to imitate that. And they will do like that. In this lesson, what we are practicing is not desirable to do that, because there are many different techniques of meditation, and with different techniques, different positions of the hands are preferable. So what we are trying to do here, we try to introvert, to bring the mind inwards, to close the doors and windows of the mind, the eyes, the ears, the tongue, and the hands also. So we close it, we lock it in this position, and then we sit. So either you sit like that, or you sit just like a boat position, put like this, and this index finger you bring it out. This is considered to be the finger of the ego, so we don't activate the ego, we bring it out and we lock it like that. So this is also okay, like that or like that. Sit in one of those. Not like this, not like this. Then your tongue needs to be curled back in the mouth. The lower portion of the tongue has to touch the upper palate in the mouth. So you touch that. Just curl the tongue, fold it in half like that in the mouth, and keep like that. Close the teeth and keep. This is another big topic. It's called Kichari Mudra, and that is a big topic for discussion. I will explain in the additional videos is there. When you curl your tongue like that, it helps the mind to be more introverted. It withdraws the activity, the functioning of the sensory organs, and it is easier to concentrate. So curl the tongue like that. It's really, sometimes you just do like that and you already fly into the space. So do like that, then everything is relaxed. Only the muscles of the back are a little tense to keep the spinal cord straight, and then the eyes closed. This is the lotus posture. Then half lotus posture. Lotus is advanced position for meditation. I advise you to start with the half lotus posture. Your left leg is under the right leg, and then right leg is over the left thigh, like that. But in the beginning there will be something like that. So you need to arrange a pillow under your buttocks. It has to be a little puffy. When your knee is raised, when your knee is not touching the ground, the spine the lower portion of the back becomes curled like that. It becomes very difficult. You have to make an extra effort to keep the spine straight. And then people will say, oh, my back is hurting. Actually, you have overused the muscles of the lower back. So to avoid that hurting the back, the pain in the lower back, you need to raise your buttocks. Put something, you fold some blanket and you put under the buttocks and raise yourself like that until your knee starts to touch the ground. Sometimes people, they don't want to do that because somehow it is not cool enough to sit with a pillow. No, it is very cool. Sit. I was folding this thick blanket and was putting under my buttocks and I was just sitting there in some sort of posture. You have to put under the buttocks, then maybe you roll something and put under the knee to support, to avoid the pain in the knee. So try to put as many different supports to feel yourself comfortable, that at least for 15 minutes you can sit forgetting about the body, and then slowly remove layer by layer, and then finally you will sit like this in the complete half lotus posture or Ardha Padmasana. You know why is it lotus posture? Lotus is the holy flower in India. Why is it holy? Because it blooms in the mud but always remains white, sparkling white. So this lotus posture, you are there in the mundane world. Everything is going on around you. The clock is ticking, the cats is meow, the dogs are barking, the wives and husbands, everything, there is a commotion around you. But once you sit in that position, you withdraw and you become unblemished by what is going on in the world. So that is why it is you are making yourself into a holy flower. You become a lotus. And then if you cannot sit in this position, then you can sit in this position. It is called Sukhasana or Bhojanasana. Sit. The feet is under the knee. It is supporting the knee. Another foot is also under another knee. So you're just sitting like that and it is very stable. Your back is straight. So these are 3 options for your meditation. There is another asana, but we can talk about it later. It is called Siddhasana or perfect posture. It can also be used for meditation. If these 3 absolutely not possible, somehow there is a condition in the body, it is not possible at all, then sit on the chair. Cross the legs, sit on the chair, but make your spinal cord as straight as possible. And then as you meditate, you will develop, I'm sure, you will develop the flexibility, and also by changing a little by little your lifestyle habits, you will get your body improved and you can sit. I have seen many cases. People come over 40, over 50 years old, and they feel that they are, I'm so stiff, I'm so inflexible already, I'm like that, and I cannot be like you. No, you will be better. And after 1 year or 2 years, they just become perfect. And they sit, and it is beautiful how they sit. So this is about posture. On the next level, we will talk about something which is called diver's reflex. And that is very interesting phenomena in our body, and we will learn how to utilize that reflex to calm down the breath and calm down the heartbeat, and through that release the stress and become very calm and concentrated. That is really very interesting topic, and it will improve your meditation very much. Thank you again. Namaskar. Now I would like to demonstrate some stretches that will help you to master this meditation posture. The first stretch is like this. You extend one leg forward and another leg you place over the thigh, like this. And then you press the knee down and try to touch the ground. As you press, observe the feeling in your body, in your knees. If there is a pain, stop there, hold for a while, and move 1 millimeter more, and then come back. And do very carefully, because if you are not attentive enough, you may hurt yourself. It applies to all the exercises of yoga. Be very attentive, be very respectful to your body. If there is a pain, stop right there, and then move very, very gently. So you go like that. Don't do like this. This is dangerous. It may hurt you. So go with the very slow and long pushes. Slow movements in one movement, like that. Then next one, I call it a gun, because I'm going to fire there. I'm going to aim and fire there. And another one is called grass cutter, because I'm going to cut the grass. So this is my gun, and I'm shooting there, like that. I'm aiming. This is the mark, and I'm aiming, and then I'm pushing the leg backward, and I feel the stretch here at the lower portion of the leg. Push, push, push. Then I assume the grass cutter position, and then cut the grass. Turn, 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 turn. And then connect the knees together. And then bring again the leg backward, push it backward, and then cut the grass. You can do as many movements like that. Then there are two butterflies. One is like this. Breathe in, breathe out, and press your legs down. Breathe in, breathe out, press your knees down. I cannot demonstrate now because the cloth is not very convenient for this particular stretch. But you should aim to bring your knees down to the ground, to the floor, like that. The next stretch is like this. You hold your feet with your hands, and then breathe in and breathe out with a straight spine. Go forward, and then breathe in, breathe out, go a little further, inhale, exhale, go still further, then go more. You want to touch with your chin the floor. So this is another stretch. Then with the heel we will touch the forehead and then the chest. We will do this gesture, but with the heel. With all the concentration of my mind and the love of my heart, I salute the Supreme Consciousness in you. So, Namaskar, like this. Then you can bring your leg over the shoulder and then go forward. Feel the stretch under the leg and then go backward. And in these slow and powerful movements, feeling the body, not hurting the body. You can also do like this. Okay? And the last stretch is like this. Breathe in. Breathe out. Go forward with a straight spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. This is a very practical, very powerful stretching exercise, and it helps you to acquire meditation position very quickly. So these are very simple stretching exercises. Do them. After that, after doing those exercises, you feel your body is like, it has become tension free, it has become relaxed, the energy flows better, and you can sit longer and you can enjoy meditation much better and have a deeper meditation. So try to acquire a proper meditation posture. It is important. Everything is important in meditation, and I believe you will become flexible and just perfect yogi in no time. Thank you very much. Namaskar.